Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Resume Ready podcast. My name is Brian Schneider, and on today's episode, I'm going to discuss how to create a killer elevator pitch. I do want to mention that today's podcast includes references from Jessica Hernandez's podcast titled Called and Equipped, which I strongly recommend. Before I begin, I would like to say this as well. Everyone should develop an elevator pitch as part of their networking strategy and to support their job search. Your elevator pitch is essential to you being able to tell your story in a quick, winsome manner, and is a crucial part of every effective job search. When I work with people on updating their resumes and helping them search for jobs, I always have them develop an elevator pitch for the key reasons I just shared to complement their networking and interviewing. Now I want to tell you that today's episode is sponsored by great people at Bradley Garrett Salon on Brookhaven Circle. The stylists at Bradley Garrett believe that self-care is crucial to your personal resilience and that taking a break from the hustle and bustle of life supports your ability to rejuvenate and feel better about yourself. When you're at the salon, they make you feel special, creating a relaxing, comfortable atmosphere focused on helping you take this necessary break from life. It goes without saying that the stylists are experienced and provide a wide range of exceptional hairstyling services. I highly encourage you to check out Bradley Garrett Salon on Brookhaven Circle. Now on to the podcast. How to develop a killer elevator pitch. First of all, let's start with what is an elevator pitch. When I use the phrase elevator pitch, I'm referring to the short, 3-sentence quick summary you share with someone to tell them about yourself and the next job for which you're looking. Think of this summary as something you might quickly tell someone while riding in an elevator with them up several floors in a building. It should briefly describe your skills and the value you can bring to a company, and each respective sentence should be focused on 1. Your background or experience, 2. Your strengths or competencies, and 3. The next role you're targeting. Before we go any further, I want to share one of my previous elevator pitches, and then I'll refer back to it while breaking down how to craft each sentence. I'll also include a copy of this elevator pitch in the show notes for today's episode. I developed this particular elevator pitch when I was searching for a new capital project manager position. Here is the elevator pitch. I'm a relationship-oriented project manager who builds partnerships with team members to effectively communicate and execute the best plan to achieve a project's objectives and satisfy the customers. I have a history of successfully managing large, complex, multi-million-dollar capital projects on time and under budget in industries with very challenging environments such as hospitals and airports. I'm looking for a senior project manager role which allows me to utilize the problem-solving skills I've developed in a team environment. Now let's take a closer look at these 3 sentences and how to craft each one of them. The first sentence of your elevator pitch should be focused on your experience or background. If you're a soon-to-be or recent college graduate, your first sentence might be focused on this milestone, and you could include the name of the school, the degree you received, and possibly your senior level area of focus. If you've already been working in a job since graduating college, you'll want to focus this first sentence on your specific background and experience, which aligns with the position you're pursuing. In the first sentence of my elevator pitch, I focused on who I am and what I help achieve while managing a project. Here's the first sentence from my elevator pitch again. I'm a relationship-oriented project manager who builds partnerships with team members to effectively communicate and execute the best plan to achieve a project's objectives and satisfy the customers. The second sentence of your elevator pitch should highlight your skills or competencies, and it should be framed in the context of the role you're pursuing. In the second sentence of my elevator pitch, I focused on the kinds of projects I managed and the challenging environments in which I successfully managed them. Here's the second sentence from my elevator pitch again. I have a history of successfully managing large, complex, multi-million-dollar capital projects on time and under budget in industries with very challenging environments such as hospitals and airports. The third sentence should be focused on the next role you're targeting and will be an important closing component which should help ensure your audience understands the role you're targeting. When the listener hears this last sentence, you actually want them to mentally start picturing people or companies with which they can connect you. Whether they give you the names of people or companies immediately or in the follow-up communication you make several days later, wink wink, the point is to create a key association in their minds so they can help you with your job search. Here's the third sentence from my elevator pitch again. I'm looking for a senior project manager role which allows me to utilize the problem-solving skills I've developed in a team environment. When your audience hears this last sentence, you want the wheels in their heads to start turning, and you want them to share with you the names of potential people or companies which could help you get one step closer to identifying a position you can fill for a prospective employer. The names shared will likely be indirect connections, but they will allow you to grow your network and continue pursuing the opportunity. My elevator pitch took about 30 seconds to say, which is a good length for an elevator pitch. Every sentence is focused on a message and every word is strategic. When crafting your elevator pitch, you don't want any deleterious words or language. It has to be focused, succinct, and value-driven. Keep in mind that you'll use your elevator pitch in multiple settings. You'll use it in short, impromptu conversations, such as a chance meeting with an acquaintance or when connecting with someone on LinkedIn. You'll use it in every informational interview as you tell your story while networking, and you'll use parts of it in your job interviews with prospective employers. The good news is that as you memorize your elevator pitch, you will naturally develop a habit of telling your story in a positive conversational manner. The more you practice, the more natural it'll sound, and you'll actually utilize components of your elevator pitch during the other parts of your informational and job interviews. Why it matters. Developing a killer elevator pitch helps you share your value-based story strategically with others, promoting your background and achievements. More importantly, it sounds great to your audience, which helps you grow your network and improve your chances of finding your next job sooner. By developing and regularly practicing your elevator pitch in different settings, you'll give yourself a competitive advantage so you can win the job interview. Hey everyone, thanks for listening. For more information on the topics covered in today's episode and many others, check out the articles on my LinkedIn profile, a link to which can be found in the show notes. If you feel today's episode was helpful, please consider sharing it with a friend and subscribing to the show. Tune in to Resume Ready next time when I'll be discussing how to pull off a successful interview.